Hello, it's Randi Rhodes. Here's a clip from our show, and go to randyrhodes.com for the whole thing and a podcast. Buy a stinking podcast.
Mary had a little man.
The fault. We believe that all men are created equal.
To the magnificent mosaic that is America.
From radio beacon to radio beacon. I have a dream today. Change has come to America.
Are you a flake?
Who's there?
It's a figment of your imagination.
Randi Rhodes Show.
Turn up your mind.
I'm a mother and a medical doctor. I'm in this really because I know there's no future for my kids unless there's a future for all kids. I'm not a professional politician. I don't need a job as a politician. I've never had a job as a politician. I've been a part of the social movements, really struggling for our health, for jobs, for an environment that's healthy for us instead of these epidemics of asthma that we have, the epidemic of diabetes tied into our food supply. I got into this really, as a medical doctor, looking at this tide of illnesses that we didn't used to have and feeling like it wasn't enough to just give people pills and push them back out to the things that are making us sick. So I got involved with our communities to help correct these problems at their basics. So now I'm practicing not clinical medicine, but political medicine, so we can heal our political system and start to actually fix these problems that are threatening not only life and limb, but our very existence on this planet.
I liked her a lot. Oh, that's Jill Stein. That's Jill Stein. She's the Green Party candidate. And don't you wish that they would run people for Congress and for Senate? And don't you wish they would show up more than every four? I do, because I liked her. I liked her a lot last night. I watched that. I pulled some clips. Well, we could talk about her and her ideas. But I will tell you, the media is so cruel to her. Oh my God, are they? The right-wing media doesn't even, acknowledge her existence. But the left-wing media, I mean, I guess that's like mainstream left, I don't know. Everybody's so divided now into their little silos now. I don't even know who's what and what's. I know Breitbart, they're now calling it alt-right. What is that? Control-Alt-Delete? I wish I could. Because that website is so full of vile crap. I mean, that's where the chain mails come from. That's what your crazy old uncle is reading. And Drudge Report. That's what they're reading. It's that swill. But anyway, I'm looking at some of the things I wanted to, see how have they been covering Jill Stein, because I really didn't pay any attention to her because I was totally about Bernie. And then after Bernie, I became, let's put Hillary in there because she'll throw me a bone. Plus, I got to say, Howard's a Hillary guy. So's my mother. So I'm outnumbered there, 2-1. And so I didn't really pay any attention because I get very upset with these third-party groups or these third-party attempts because they don't build anything except in presidential years that you can see the results of. I mean, Bernie is an independent, and he made the independent party a party in the way that he stayed an independent. When he had to run, he knew he couldn't run on that party ticket. So he became a Democrat for the purpose of running for president. And that should tell you something about third parties. They haven't done very much of anything, so that even if you are one, I mean, I could be a Green Party person. I think I could. I mean, I don't know all their views on every damn thing, but listening to her last night, I didn't have any vile reactions to anything that she said. I didn't think, I wasn't so down with Ajuma Baraka's view that President Obama, may have been an Uncle Tom. That was sort of upsetting. But I have more in common with the Green Party than I do with the Libertarians, let's say. And I have watched Gary Johnson and Bill Weld, and of course that ticket is ass backwards. But if Bill Weld was at the top of the ticket, then you'd know Bill Weld is best friends with Hillary Clinton, and then everybody would have their conspiracy theories about Bill Weld doing it to pull votes off of Trump, which is what Gary Johnson and Bill Weld would do and will do. So it's interesting that Jill Stein is in this race, and they're scared that she's going to pull votes from Hillary Clinton because she's to the left of Hillary Clinton, and she is to the left of Hillary Clinton, and I'm to the left of Hillary Clinton, but not my family. My family is not. But before I do that, I want to try something because, you know, I read my email. I read everything that you write. Oh, and by the way, F you people. My ideas are my freaking own, okay? And just because another person has them doesn't mean it's not my idea. I think some of you who just, you know, pretty much want to take me out back and beat the shit out of me, the cruelty in this anonymous posting world is really legendary. I didn't pay that much attention to the online world for most of my life because it wasn't in existence. And this stupid world that you people have created with the Twitters and the YouTubes and the comment sections on, you people are so, well, you're depressing to begin with, and you're stupid. You can't spell, nor can you create a sentence, and you criticize everyone without ever taking a deep, long look into your own dark soul. That's very sad, I must say. But my ideas are my own. And if one other smart person has the same idea I do, I'm shocked. But I'll tell you something. I just need to do this just for my own peace of mind. See this here? See it? That is Vanity Fair. You see the Queen on there with her corgis? This is the summer edition. This is the June, July edition. They just do the one because I am a huge Vanity Fair reader. It actually comes to my home and I save them. You can see this is not new. See that? Not new. Okay, so in this Vanity Fair, the haters or the people that, you know, want to criticize said there was an article written by Sarah Ellison that I stole from. I stole ideas from her. Now, I'm telling you that I've read every single word in this Vanity Fair. Her article is not in here. Apparently, she wrote an article online for Vanity Fair for June, for their online portion of their presence on the internet. I had already read this, see? And so I didn't read the online because I had already read this. I subscribe. I love this. I love Graydon Carter. I love James Wolcott. I love Annie Leibovitz. That's what that magazine is. And so it wasn't in there. But yesterday when I told you that listen, Howard and I have been talking for a really long time about Donald Trump doing a media thing. That's what I'm referring to. And everybody said, you know what, Randy, you stole that. I didn't steal anything. Just because Sarah Ellison had the same idea I did and wrote it online, which I did not see, does not mean I stole anything from anybody, okay? So, like I said, if you're pissed off, let's take me out back and beat the shit out of me. But that is just not true. So just because, listen, I'm glad to find her article because her article was really good. She's a great writer. I liked it. She lives in Brooklyn, and she does online stuff for Vanity Fair, who just started doing online stuff outside of the magazine, apparently over the summer. I did see the ad in Vanity Fair magazine saying that they were going to launch something online called The Hive. It's a big red ad in here. Here it is. Wait. Yeah, because I really love this magazine. You people are pissing me off. See that right there, The Hive? Yeah, that's what they're talking about. And so she wrote for them, and she wrote a great article. Also, I will say I printed her article out. But here's another one today, not written by her, also in Vanity Fair, who writes the best crap ever. Ken Stern wrote this one, expanding on this idea today. Anyway, I digress. So Jill Stein. Oh, I have to learn how to show things like children's books. I should practice with a children's book. I just saw it because there's a delay. All right, so I want to try something. This is what I want to try. You know the big story today, not with me, Okay, I am going to talk about Jill Stein. I will play you the clips from last night's town hall. I find her to be extremely smart, articulate. She really cares. I'll tell you that. She's part of the left-wing movement. I really would like to see, and I will reach out to Bernie's office, once everything settles down. He is having an event, Bernie is, from Washington. He's going to do it the way he did it at the beginning. The very first Bernie event I went to was at a local bar here in Delray, Florida. It's called the Brews Room. And a lot of bars did that, and a lot of eateries did that, where Bernie was actually in, I believe, Washington or, Vermont, and he put up videos. And this is how the recruitment started. This is how the whole Bernie movement started. And so the very first Bernie event I went to was at the Brews Room here in Delray, and that was the format. They're going to do that again so Bernie can continue to speak to us in this way. Now, I would love to see Bernie go farm, let's say, the Green Party and find out if there are any great candidates inside. Jill Stein is obviously one. She should run for office. She should run for something. We need to build a third party. So, maybe we could do away with some of the party controls over things like debates, bring back the League of Women Voters, which is an idea that's been bandied about for quite some time since the debates went corporate and the League of Women Voters quit. I think that was like 1980. They said that they had it. But anyway, we'll talk about her. But I want to try something first. The story is Brian Lochte, right? Or Ryan Lochte. This is how much I watched the Olympiad. But of course, Howard did. Okay. Hey, Ren, it's female volleyball. It ain't your grandma's volleyball. Come on. Hey, Ren, it's swimming. Oh, look, Ren, it's the 100-meter. It's the sprint. Shot put. Javelin. Yeah, just no. But anyway, this guy Ryan Lochte, he had told this story. He had told the story. Did I put this in? I don't know if I put it in or not. I think. Here, I'll put it in now. I have it. All right, here. This is Ryan Lochte giving his interview. And he's saying that he was robbed. And then he went back. I think this is the second version of the story. This version of the story, I just now cut it. I just now clipped it out. So I think in this version, we can listen to this together. And then we'll watch the video. Because here's what I want to try. This video thing that we have. We think we have the ability to show you the video, and people who have been writing me, which is what led me down the Vanity Fair road, but people who have been writing me said, could you show the video when you play the audio? Well, I'm not there yet, okay? We're still working on that. And it's my fault, just so you know. It's my fault. I have to learn a new thing. But because the video from the gas station in Brazil, which is what we need to see, the gas station in Rio, has no audio, I can play with that today. So that we can watch the video together. And I can tell you what's happening in the video as we all watch it together. Now, some of you are watching on Periscope, some on Facebook Live, and some on YouTube. Now, if you're not watching and you're just listening, that's fine, because I'll tell you what it is we're seeing. But then you'll be just as frustrated as the people who only hear the sound bites, who don't see the video. And this is fair for the video people who only hear the sound bites. So we're going to try this. Okay, so here's Ryan Lochte telling what happened to him. At this point, he was still in Rio. He's standing on a beach in Rio, so it's a little windy, noisy, right? Like, when you're on your cell phone kind of thing. So it's a little windy, noisy. But here's like the second version of the story. Now, Ryan Lochte left and got home to the United States safely. But two of his friends were on a plane. They were boarded. They were sitting there. They were waiting to take off when Brazilian police told them to get off the plane, and held them and took away their passports and said that they had lied about being robbed, or they wanted the real story about this robbery, where they said that a man went up to Ryan Lochte, put a gun to his temple, to the side of his head, and stole money from him, but left his credentials, his Olympiad credentials, and left him his cell phone, but took his money at gunpoint. It's a really weird story, but this is the second iteration of it.
So what happened? You were held at gunpoint last night.
You were held at.
What happened? Who were you with? What time of night? Who pulled you over?
I was with a couple swimmers. We were coming back from the train.
Can you hear it? No.
And we got pulled over in our taxi.
No, I'm not going to torture you with that. That's really bad. I just pulled it. I hadn't had a chance to really listen to it. All right. He said that he was with a couple of swimmers and that some guy came and pretended to be a security guard or some crap and flashed a badge. This is what he says in this clip. And that they put a gun to his head and that they stole his stuff, but they left him all his credentials and his cell phone. Okay? That's not true. Now, maybe a gun was... I think there was a gun involved. I want to watch this video with you, and then you can call and tell me what you think you saw, and I'll tell you while we watch it what I think I saw, okay? So, Captain Leary, let's try this, okay? There is a delay, right?
For you, there is.
For me, there is. Okay, so...
It's playing now.
All right, so how many seconds are we delayed? Why are we delayed?
Well, you're watching it through the YouTube...
Yeah. Well, that's
not direct from the Wirecast software.
Okay, so question: if I watched it on Periscope, would it be live?
It would be
liver.
Liver, yes, sir.
Okay, there's the video. Okay, so this is the video of the gas station in Brazil. Okay, this is so cool. If this works, if you people can see this, let me know. I'm not in the chat room because I have this on my full screen. So you see this little hallway there. Down that hallway, there's a bathroom. Now, apparently, so they walk across the little median at the gas station there, and they try to get into this taxi over here on the right. The taxi doors are open. Okay, now you see the driver in the back with the greenish, bluish shirt. He was sitting in the back, probably, trying to rest. And these guys get in his cab. Now, he's talking to them. I think he's probably saying, I don't want to take you, but we don't know. And he closes the door. And he walks around the back of his cab, and you can see the other people in the gas station, the attendants, are telling him, these guys did something. And we don't know, what he said. So he leans into this window here, and he says, hey, I don't want to take you. Get out of my cab. And he gets into the front seat of the cab. And apparently, they had called the police, the attendants, because something happened in that bathroom that was untoward. And Now, you see this man that just walked up? It looked to me like he had a gun. And that he might have pointed a gun into that taxi cab. Now, watch the man in the black. He's a security guard or a police officer. I don't know. But watch his hand. Watch his left hand. You see, now he's walking away, but you can see he's got something in his hand right there. And it looks like it could have been a gun. Right? Now, they're still sitting in the car, in the taxi car, but the first cab drives away. The second cab driver won't take them. He won't move. And they are forced to get out of the taxi. And now you can see that the swimmers, you'll see this swimmer here in the front with the white pants. He's going to put his hand up like, hey. Not up, but, just like here, this guy here. Not the white pants, the black pants. See, he puts his hands up like, whatever, okay, fine, I get it. I'm fine, I'm cool. You'll see, he does it again. See? Puts his hands up like, whatever. Well, whoever, the security people, the police finally come, and they do have them lie down and, tell them that, okay, that was good. That worked. All right.
For the most part.
Well, we got to see it together, no?
We did. It was a little bit delayed.
It's a little delayed.
We'll get a monitor for you to see it direct.
Oh, so, okay. All right, so I wanted to try that. And this was a video story, so it worked out really well. Anyway, it turns out that what happened in that bathroom, apparently, or allegedly, because no one, the Brazilian authorities have given their side of the story today. And what the Brazilian authorities say is that these four swimmers were drunk out of their minds. It was 6:30 in the morning. They'd been partying all night. The door to the bathroom was locked. And the commotion that was heard was them breaking the door. And then some of them went into the bathroom and broke a mirror. They ended up peeing on the floor. They tore down a sign inside the gas station. And then they come out. The attendant calls the police. A security guard goes over to them. He's apparently the one that pulled the gun and then said, all right, you know what? Just stay where you are, because he knew the cops were on their way. This is not good for Americans, because let me tell you something. We have a bad rep around the world as being arrogant and disorderly. This is not good for us.
To speak to Randi, call now, you bastards. 561-270-3844.
Hello.
The Randi Rhodes Air Force.
Hi, it's Randi Rhodes. We missed you today. For the entire show, whenever, wherever, go to randyrhodes.com and buy a stinking podcast. And don't forget to catch our show live right here from 4 to 6 Eastern.